Oh, we did it, Meshy.
Well, we did.
Listen, yesterday's podcast, dangerously tight. We were never going to call it. The redemption thing.
Oh, you got okay, sure.
Yeah,
G
the
Lane.
redemption thing we were talking about.
I'm calling bullshit on that.
All we were doing was motivating people to either get involved, donate, or actually sink it. Okay, and it worked a treat. It's called the reverse psychology of that one about saying redemption is.
Yeah, this is incredible owning the narrative from you.
Oh well, what else are we supposed to do? At 4:55 p.m. yesterday, after 34 hours on this golf simulator, 5,500 balls went into that. Wilson balls went into that wall. The sound of that thud is going to haunt me forever.
Yeah,
I got blisters on my hands.
I never want to play golf again.
It's the ka-dumph, ka-dumph, fa-dumph, fa-dumph, fuck, fa-dumph, cunt. Anyway, we obviously invited a lot of people to come and help us. Yeah, the Auckland AFC guys. You had Jimmy Neesham, you had the Whakamana Express. We had guys from One Roof came down. They were pretty handy.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, when you said that we completed it and we spent hours, going over it, and we were never going to give up. All three of us in this room yesterday went home at midday and says, "Hey, make what you want of this." And thank God there were people around. Yeah. Well, actually, we'll get onto that. Because I had a nap yesterday afternoon after going home, and I saw that it was still going. And the last that we'd spoken about it was on this podcast, saying, "Hey, midday today might have to be it, boys."
No,
what was the quote that was thrown out there by you, Joe Jerry? Redemption is so much better than victory, or something.
What's better than victory?
Redemption.
Correct.
And these are the things that we were saying, boys, and we have to remember that.
Hey, we didn't stop at midday, did we? Because
well, we do.
No, we passed on the baton, and look, and next year when we do it next year, anyway, with the guy who eventually sunk it, Matt Blackbourn, what a fucking legend.
Oh, we needed him.
Came over from Tauranga. He was up here for work. He said, "Boys, I'll pop in for a couple of hours."
I'd just woken up from a really quick nap. I was not really able to sleep yesterday afternoon after just having the sound of in my head all afternoon. But I was getting ready to come back in for a second shift. Yeah, well, and when I saw this,
Matty Blackbourn, friend of the show, friend of the ACC, he said, "Boys, you need a hand here." After 5,500 balls. We switched the hole up to the 17th, the par 3 17th at Te Arai.
I saw that.
On the south course.
Downhill?
Yeah. Downhill south course on Te Arai.
He was ripping it backwards as well, wasn't he? I saw that it had a bit of backspin on it. So that also made me think, geez.
So give him a call now just to say thank you.
Maybe it did need a proper golfer. Should you
one
hear
continuous
that, Joe?
ring though, Joe. Yeah, well, this is live. This is live podcasting at its best. Just trying to give Matt a call. The problem is we've got this phone in our studio which we can never really use.
It's something straight out of the late 90s. That phone.
Yeah, the landline phone.
Yeah,
is it one of the last where you pick it up and?
It's weird that we have all this technology in here, and then our mobile broadcasting unit that we take elsewhere.
Yeah,
it's easier to make phone calls on that.
Yeah,
than it is this. Yeah. Because we called Carl, which, by the way, halfway through the No Sleep Till Hole in One, we did a podcast with Carl Tiley on the Melbourne Cup because that was going on. Don't listen to that podcast back.
I can't remember that.
Yeah, no, neither can I. And
was it
not a lot of energy?
Was that when we'd been up all night already? Oh,
no, it wasn't. No, but it's when he had been up all night already.
Oh, yes.
I know the last couple of days it was starting to blur into one, but fucking hell.
Here we go.
That sounds like a dial.
We need to pass on our thanks. Yeah. To Matty Blackbourn. Hopefully he picks up.
Hi, welcome to Westpac. You've reached the voicemail of Laka Kuma. Please leave me a detailed message.
Okay. Does he
Laka
work?
Kuma doesn't work at Westpac, no. I don't think you've got that number right.
Laka Kuma? I don't think hit the hole in one for us yesterday.
No, I don't think so either.
Shit. You could always just put him on speaker on your mic.
Lucky she didn't answer. If she, the Westpac chick, if she'd answered, it would have been like, hello?
Just three dudes celebrating a hole in one with Laka Kuma. I mean, we could talk to her.
Hello, Matt speaking.
G'day, Matt. It's G Lane and Meshy here.
Oh. G'day, Matty.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Good, thanks. Hey, we're better.
So much better now, brother.
Right, so better thanks to you, my friend. After 34 hours, we were just... I had to sleep last night, and all that was going through my head was the thud of Wilson golf balls into a golf sim wall. But at 4:55 yesterday, Tiarai Link, hole 17, you buried it. Talk us through it, Matty.
Yeah, well, things were getting pretty tense in there because I was aware there might have been a deadline, so I really didn't want to I really wanted to finish it, and there was a few lads in there getting quite close, so things were heating up, and just got one right on the number, and it was good to finish it for you guys and get it done.
You know, they were just rumours, Matty. There was no discussions about wrapping it up early.
That was the tiredness talking there. We're never going to, we're obviously never going to do that.
So, just so you know, Matty, did you understand the history of this event in terms of the 33 hours that came before you? So, we started at 8 a.m, of course, the prior day. It was G Lane, myself, and Joe Jury over there. We were just hammering away. We got some help, luckily, from around the wider NZME radio shows, and then we were put in a night shift and then put in an early morning shift, and we were still going. We had about 5,000-6,000 balls between the lot of us, and then you came in at about what time yesterday, may I ask?
About 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Okay, so you got this thing in under 2 hours.
Yeah, so
for fuck's sake.
So we actually supplied the text. I was very aware of the promo, but yeah, once I turned once I enabled hole-in-ones and just had a crack myself, it was quite easy. But actually putting the hole in the green. But no, it was an awesome event, and it was so cool to be part of it. And I was watching the first few hours, and I was thinking, shit. I think the probability of a hole-in-one is about 12,000 to 1. And I was thinking this could take about 40,000 shots looking at the quality. So I sort of reached out to G Lane and said I was in town, and if he wanted some assistance, I couldn't guarantee a hole-in-one, but I could at least try.
Well, you did. You did guarantee us a hole-in-one. Thanks, Matty. Look, I mean, because what happened in that first hour was we hit the pin in the first hour. I think in the second hour, one kind of lipped out. Yeah. And in our minds, we were like, oh, mate, we'll do this in a day. If we keep just pounding balls into this.
We'll be home by dinner.
Yeah, but what we discovered pretty quickly is the game deteriorates as time goes on.
That's right.
And even calling up the likes of Jimmy Neesham and Lockie Ferguson, even they were like, this is harder than I thought.
Yeah. This was hard.
My legend.
We actually did a 24-hour golf thing for a charity 6 months ago, and I know exactly what you guys were going through, and I think that's why I sort of wanted to reach out. I was like, Joe was saying he's seen aliens and stuff like that, and I think we've all been there, and it's awesome, good challenge, and shows you what you're actually capable of doing, eh?
Yeah, totally. And we raised a bit of cash for Movember, obviously, as well, which is great. And we saw a men's mental health live situation, both of us, as we deteriorated. But hey, thanks very much, Matty. We're going to try and involve you guys next year because we're already planning for next year.
Oh yeah.
And how we can make this bigger and better. Even involving the public a bit more. Coming down with a long drive comp at the top of every hour, stuff like that. Pay $5, have a go at that. And turning it into a bit more of a live event, which people can come down and watch, as well as the live stream as well.
Yeah, so both Premium Golf Simulators, New Zealand and Wilson Golf will definitely be keen to be involved, so count us in.
Oh, beautiful. Cool. Thanks, Matty. We'll let you get back to your working day. Like I say, thank the Lord you saved my marriage by knocking that one in yesterday, and probably saved Mashy's mental health. So thanks very much.
Anytime, guys.
Cheers, Matty.
Take care.
See you later.
Right. Oh,
wow.
Matty.
What a legend.
He's a great New Zealander. Let's get into the agenda for today. It's a bit of a different one, but anyway, live from the Export Beer Garden studio. This is the agenda for November, about the 6th.
Yeah, Thursday the 6th.
Yeah, that'll do.
The Agenda Podcast, the home of sporting nonsense and claptrap. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
Bit of a different one today. Later on, we'll catch up in a long-form style format with two members from the Black Foils, Takahashi and Blair, Tuke, two great guys.
See them sitting outside the studio right now.
Yep, we'll have a chat to them about next year's Auckland SailGP, and then also what's going on this year and what the rest of the season looks like for them. But for now,
a couple of good-looking roosters.
Oh yeah, there were a couple of eyebrows raised from the what I'll call the ZM side of NZME HQ.
Yeah, I tell you what, I feel, just looking at them outside the window there, I feel very pasty and sloppy.
Yep, that's exactly how I felt as well, because they were looking tight.
Yeah.
Leo coming off the back of running a sub 3-hour marathon, the weapon, and Blair just looking like Blair. Anyway, first and foremost, though, G Lane, I missed it. I was too busy trying to sleep. What happened last night? Yeah,
out of nowhere. Look, let's lay it out there. West Indies, this is their format. They love T20 cricket. They've got one of the more successful T20 competitions in the world with the CPL. And that showed last night, actually. And we had them all out for 164. So we're chasing 165 at Eden Park, which is a fairly low total Eden Park. Par scores usually about 200.
Yep.
But then they bowled and their fielding positions were magnificent. We talked about it on the commentary. Our batting was not great. Tim Robinson hit one of the biggest sixes I've seen at Eden Park in terms of he almost hit it over the West Stand. Now, if you don't know what the West Stand is at Eden Park, that's the one that hasn't got the acoustic wall. It's the opposite one to the old terraces, that ball would have ended up on the basically on the outer oval. It was about 6-7 rows short of going over. It was one of the biggest sixes at Eden Park. Forget the one on the roof from Guppy. This one was square.
What did they say the length was on the
I didn't see the lengths on there. The graphics were not great because they didn't have DRS.
There was no DRS.
No graphics at all. So the graphics truck must have turned up.
Question, is that, who's to blame for that? Is that,
I don't know.
Is that I don't want to say the 4 letters, but is that
No, it's I don't know what it is.
There was rumours that
It's not a
the Ashes have taken all their technology. We've got nothing.
We got nothing. Yeah, Ashes have sucked. And it's like
what about that run out? The run out of Duffy, and then
they've taken all DRS fucking resource.
There was no because I was thinking also this morning. I woke up and I was like, why didn't? Because there was an incident with Duffy
in the second over,
and
the muff man.
Yeah, it was driven back to him, and he got a hand to it, and it hit his hand, ricocheted off his hand, and hit the stumps. Like that happened to us twice.
And
the guy was miles out. And the umpire went upstairs. Duffy's like, I've hit it. Like he knew straight away. The only shot they had was a behind from the roof shot with a blurry hand in the ball, so he couldn't see anything.
Oh, Jesus.
They had no other shot.
Did they go into the game with this technology in this state?
And also,
it wasn't like it was a malfunction throughout the game.
Where was the stump camera? I woke up this morning and goes,
because that would be the obvious shot that you would see.
And the stump camera you would have
looked
seen
straight down back past the bowler,
the third umpire was like, I can't see anything because it's all blurry and I can't see definitively, which was fair enough. The ball hitting his hand. But
Duffy, you've given me a fucking drone shot.
So Duffy's like, are you saying that I'm trying to bullshit you here? Like,
oh no.
And so he gets not out, and he's like, or lost all trust in the umpires at that stage.
Yeah, you would.
And it wasn't a good experience between the Black Caps and the umpires because later on in the game, Mitchell Santner was fucked off about a bouncer that didn't get called wide,
which would have almost changed the game.
Yeah,
because he hit the next ball for 6.
Well,
yeah.
Okay.
So it would have been an extra ball.
We would have been chasing 13 off the last over.
So he got 55 in the end, Mitchell Santner.
Oh, man.
Hell of a knock. He's looking good, eh?
Single-handedly brought us back into that game. But
so we only fell short of 7 runs.
It was, do you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Stoinis that time against New Zealand, where everything he was hitting was going to the boundary.
Oh.
A game that was won from West Indies' point of view. And then Mitchell Santner came in. I think he hit like 5 boundaries in a row.
No, he hit 9. There was an over that
he hit a single, eh?
Yeah.
Got the strike again, then hit another 4. Yeah, it was next level. He got a single-handed list. I mean, that scoreline looks close. But it wasn't that close until he came in.
Another question for you. How did the West Indies batsman deal with Folkes?
Oh, not too bad, actually. He got a couple of wickets, but he got a bit of tap.
Yeah, I saw 2 for 35 off his 4 here.
Yeah, he got a bit of tap. Duffy bowled the best.
2 for 19.
Yeah.
Paul Stewart-Ford played well.
Yeah, Paul Stewart-Ford. There's some big units in that West Indian team. Like, if they had a game of league against New Zealand, we would get crushed. Like, a game of run it straight, crushed. Big units.
Sorry, I didn't watch last night's game nor listen to the commentary. Who's Paul Stewart-Ford? I feel like I can't read it.
It's Ford with an E.
Yeah.
It's
a West Indian guy, Ford
with an E.
But just every time it was, fielded by Paul
Stewart-Ford. Paul Stewart-Ford was on commentary.
Is his name Paul?
No.
Or Stewart?
No.
Okay,
Last name Ford. However,
the delusion in studio last night must have been good.
We did talk about the fact that Martin Guptill was part of the setup. The coaching setup for West Indies.
Yes.
And the fielding positions stunk of Martin Guptill. They knew exactly where to put people at Eden Park.
Nice.
They had 2 people back on the long-on boundary, like the short one at a wider long-on and one at a straighter long-on, which really it choked us out. I think we might have hit 3 catches.
So they put
3 catches were down there.
Because if you haven't seen the Eden Park boundary, of course you have. But it's essentially square, isn't it?
It's a rectangle.
Yeah. So you've got to put so that he's put someone in the corner.
No, yeah, pretty much. Like if you're looking at a long on, he's got a very straight long on and then a wide long on. So 2 fielders there.
Okay.
And then they just,
as opposed to your traditional cow mid wicket.
Yeah, and they didn't cover any of the deepest ones, which were up into kind of square leg. You could see that a team like that who had just arrived in the country the day before, been in Bangladesh, they were heavily. There was a Kiwi influence on how to play and how to defend Eden Park, and it was like, you motherfucker.
It stunk a gut.
It stunk a gut. Good on him.
Yeah,
good on him. He gave them the intel, and they bowled well.
So were they trying to take wickets on the short? Were they trying to catch on the short boundaries?
Yeah.
Or was that their tactic?
Oh, not really. They were just trying to. The lengths they were bowling didn't allow us to hit straight, to be honest. But we were trying to hit straight with balls that weren't
back of
there to be hit straight.
Yeah.
And so they weren't timing them. Our timing was terrible. Ravindra got a couple out of the middle, but the rest of them were just mistimed heaves that went straight up in the air, unfortunately for us. And you know what? It'll bring us back down to earth a little bit after playing so well against England.
I feel like we should also mention, because we give other stadiums such shit for not being able to provide crowds.
Oh my God.
Eden Park was a disgrace last night in terms of how many people were there.
Yeah, it wasn't
watching
good.
the highlights, it looked like there's about 18 people there.
It wasn't good. And
I understand that there was something on last night in Guy Fawkes.
Guy Fawkes, and there's nothing more. There's nothing more family and young men focused than Guy Fawkes.
There's the Venn diagram on Guy Fawkes and cricket is actually a bit larger than you would have thought.
Because you got young boys, grown men, and there's not many, like, let's be honest, there's not many mums taking their daughters along to cricket.
No, I think that's fair to say.
It's mainly a dude's thing.
So hopefully tonight, being Thursday with the back-to-back games at Eden Park, they can provide some kind of crowd.
Hopefully,
but I just feel like we had to mention that because we're always saying put more sport up here. Everyone from Auckland will come and watch it.
No, but
last night they didn't.
No, they didn't at all. It was pretty dire. Like a couple of the drone shots, it's like, whoa, I think I can count people. So it wasn't not a good look. That one. I don't know what you do about this. I don't know what you do about it, to be honest.
Well, they were trying to fix it. I know. I've heard it on good authority that they're trying to hand out, tickets to pretty much every single
junior club. Yeah,
club right across the nation.
We got offered them, but the junior club's like, well, no. First of all, it starts at 7:15 on a school night, and it's Guy Fawkes. So it's be interesting to see what happens tonight. It's earlier start, 7, not 7:15, which is weird.
No, it is 7:15.
Okay.
Oh, it still is 7:15.
The broadcast is 7. Starts at 7.
Oh, so why did they have 7:15? Did it start at 7:30 last night? No?
No, it started at 7:15. But TVNZ are doing this weird thing where they say 7:15 of the start time of the game that you're in, and then they say 7 for the broadcast start of, because they're not going to cut into the news.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway.
Does Jerry get 7 sharp off of these?
Yes.
Is he on comms tonight?
No, he's away.
Oh, for fuck's
he's
sake.
up north. I don't know what he's up to. But anyway, normally I do schedule him on them when he's got. I can't give him no days off for Wells.
No.
So disappointing start, but makes the series interesting. We've got 4 more of these, and don't forget, last night we launched probably one of the best prizes and promos we've ever done.
Yes.
So if you're listening on your iHeartradio app, like potentially you're listening to this podcast, if you listen to our commentary for more than 10 minutes. You'll get sent a notification. You need to put your notifications on. You need to turn notifications on for the iHeart app.
Which I understand is risky if you're running a couple of different, wives and girlfriends. I understand that.
No, but if it's just for the iHeart app, you can actually just go and turn notifications off.
Well said. People spoken like a man with experience.
Yeah, and people will say, oh, I don't want to do that. Well, eat it, because this is a great prize.
It's fucking worth it.
Nothing's for free, okay? So if you turn your notifications on, you'll get sent a link and you'll get sent an entry form. We spell your details out. It is the Air New Zealand Ultimate LA Game Day Experience.
Experience it all with Air New Zealand.
That's right.
Well
Thank
done,
you, Joe.
Yes, Joe.
You can experience it all with Air New Zealand. So this is the prize, okay? So you got 2 return flights, premium economy, to Auckland, LA.
Yeah, sold.
You got 5 nights accommodation at a 4-star hotel in LA.
Oh.
You have 2 tickets to the Lakers game. You have 2 tickets to the Crypto.com arena for a tour.
Oh, we've been there, boys.
Yeah, you have 2 times tickets to the Cosmo LA to view a major league game. Now, this is the sports bar that has basically the IMAX screen, and it's like you are sitting in the game.
Wow.
So it's not like the Sphere.
Fucking hell.
I reckon it's better than that. It's like you are literally in the game.
Yeah.
So you got tickets to that. Then you got 2 passes to the Universal Studios Hollywood, and you get the express passes as well. Plus, you get return transfers to LA Airport back to your accommodation. Mate. So that's a pretty mean prize. So you go and turn your notifications on.
That is the best prize that I've heard us give away here.
Just 10 minutes listening on to our commentary. So tonight from 7 or the rest of the T20s and 1 days. It's only in November. Okay, so and you can enter as many times as you want with your 10 minutes. You'll get a notification, and boom, you're into it.
Yeah.
All thanks to the legends at Air New Zealand, where you can experience it all, especially that Auckland LA leg, where you can then get to LA and you can pretty much connect to anywhere through the Star Alliance network with United.
The world is your oyster.
Absolutely. So there we go. So do that right now after this potty. Go in there, turn your notifications on for iHeart, and then get onto the commentary tonight from 7 p.m. Right, should we let these guys in?
Yeah, whoa, geez, I can still barely talk.
Did you say let these guys in? Right, welcome to the studio, SailGP, Blackfalls, Blair, Tuke, and Leo Takahashi. Welcome into the studio.
Cheers, boys.
You got a bit of news for us. Obviously, the SailGP has been announced in Auckland for the next 2 years. Is that right?
Just next year.
Just next year. Okay,
Yep.
And there's still tickets available. People are getting on board.
Yeah, so tickets still available, 14th and 15th of Feb.
Yep.
So a little bit later in the year than when we raced in Jan, but yeah, it was going to be another awesome event. If this year's anything to go by, it was unreal for us to sail, and everyone I talked to that was in the stands loved it.
Yeah. How do our crowds weigh up compared to other crowds, boys? Because we have a laugh about the fact that a lot of people from Devonport sail out on their boats, drink a couple of RTDs. Yeah, people like G Lane go out there and just spend a couple of days out there usually watching some sailing. Are we pretty good at supporting sailing?
Yeah, we're good, aren't we, Leah?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Kiwis love a day out.
Yeah.
So I think it's perfect. And the Wynyard Quarter, real nice venue, grandstands.
Yeah, we know.
They actually sold out last year, so they've actually made the grandstands bigger this year for next month, which is epic.
Nice. This is a good thing about SailGP, because I moan on about a lot of sports in New Zealand, and what frustrates me is the fan is always last. The fan's always the last consideration. Whether it's kickoff times, whether it's concessions, whether it's entertainment at the ground, or whether it's ticket prices, whatever. What I love about SailGP is, and I don't know if it's Sir Russell Coots and whoever's talked about that. It's like, what's the biggest hurdle for getting more people into watching and getting into sailing? And it's like, well, they can't see it. Unless you've got a mate with a boat who can go out into the Hauraki Gulf and watch it. It's quite a massive barrier for a lot of people, because not everyone's got a boat to go out and host people. And so just to then flip it and say, well, how about we just do it in inner harbours? How about we make it as close as we can to the shore? Build some big motherfucking grandstands for people to watch. And that's what I love about SailGP, which I don't think people who haven't been don't quite understand how close they are to the action, and you're still on land.
And then on top of that, you guys give yourselves up, via the technology. You've got, you're mic'd up all the time, right?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, well, that's how we communicate on the boat, and then they basically just pull the feed for the broadcast.
So all of a sudden, like G-Lane's saying, a sport that feels relatively inaccessible, or what you'd imagine being inaccessible, has become very, very accessible. And has that been kind of also an important thing for you guys to focus on in terms of actual athletes doing it? Does it bother you? Do you like it? Do you want more of it? Do you want less of it? How does that all go?
Yeah, well, I probably sit there two hats. Obviously, as an athlete on the boat, I think it's great because it's where you want to see the sport go. And then as, there with Pete leading the Blackfalls from the start, since we joined SailGP, it's awesome to see that approach that you summed up so well, Elaine. It's fan first, right? You're nothing without fans and people watching and building audiences.
And growing it,
Yeah, exactly. So you need to think about the fan experience when they come in the gate, how they're going to see it, and then how it's going to be broadcast on TV. And the cool thing is it's a startup business that's very fortunate to have the backing of Larry Ellison from the start.
Yeah.
And they are determined to see it grow. So if something's not working, we don't wait for a season or it'll change for the next event.
Yeah.
And that's the mentality right across the whole organisation, and hence the growth you've seen in the last, it's only been 5 years, right? And it's turned into a beast, really.
Yeah, how does it feel, Leo? Like, it feels like you're at the forefront of sailing and technology. You're like, say it's only 5 years old. It must feel pretty cool, because in 20 years' time, you'll look back and go, I was part of almost a sailing revolution.
Yeah, it's awesome. I was involved from the very start. So
he was involved before me, the young buck.
Oh, really? You were sailing for America? Is that,
for Japan.
Japan,
actually, yeah. So I was in the first season, and the boats and the whole event has come a long way, and it's been cool to be part of it and see it unfold. And like you said, 20 years from now, I'll be like, holy heck, this is pretty cool.
How old were you when you first started in SailGP?
So I was 20 actually. Yeah.
No shit. So how did?
And then we had that little break in COVID.
You grew up in NZ.
Yeah.
And then how did you find sailing originally? And then how do you get into it?
My parents, and then at Murray's Bay, and just like many of us just kind of thrust into it and then enjoyed it the whole way through. So, and then the sea basically becomes your home actually, and then you end up racing, and then the competitive nature in you comes out, and it's all just go from there.
How does it feel? Because I feel like you guys have done the same thing that like Big Air and Downhill has done. Freestyle downhill has done for Winter Olympics, because you know how the big thing in Winter Olympics was Eddie the Eagle, the long jump. That was pretty much the most exciting thing that happened at Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
Then all the snowboarders came along, and they got big airs and the downhills, and the Zoe came along doing mean tricks and just completely dick shrunk the rest of the Winter Olympics. I feel like you guys have done that with sailing.
Yeah.
Like looking back now at like Olympics, when you see like Craig Monk in his fin class kind of farting along, and great sailor, great event, but that was sailing for most of New Zealand, and you've come along with these foiling boats. You've got 12 boats this year, 13 next year, thundering at like 100 kilometres an hour towards one gate. Do you feel like you've almost left the rest of sailing behind? And if you're not foiling, you're not sailing?
Well, it's still fun sailing, but as far as bringing it to the fans, like that was always what was hard, right? Normally you're out over the horizon. It's really hard to broadcast.
Yeah.
It's really hard for people to appreciate the speeds,
yes,
and to try and see who's winning. And so the technology that's come in before, you said, with the now hearing the communications off the boat, you're seeing the ladder rungs to see where the boats are on the course, who's winning, who's making the right choices around those gates. Everything's just about making it more accessible and easier to understand. It's a complicated sport, but when pitched right and packaged in the right way, it can become an awesome sporting property, which I think we're seeing now.
Yeah, it's funny because like I live quite close to the Wakatere Club, and it's just like the amount of foiling, like windsurfers and the wasps and everything that are going out there.
Foiling everything now.
I know, it's like, what's not foiling? Like pretty much. And another thing also that I enjoy, and it's what I mentioned just before you sat down, there's a helmet, fluorescent helmet there next to you that's got a lot of dings on it. That's
a lot of scratches, a lot of dings.
That's my teenage son. So he, not overly, because we live quite close to the sailing club, not overly into sailing because he says it looks boring. He sees the little dinghies going around and there's no wind and they're upside down. But then I sat him down and he watched a bit of SailGP, and he was like, this is a bit of me, because he's a teenager and he's also into risk. And he sees,
I can see that.
Yeah, and he sees boats going fucking fast. You've got fucking cool helmets on, goggles. You've got these vests on that's got like kind of life-saving equipment on it. I think I saw a clip. You got knives in there as well to cut yourself out of any sailing you get caught up if it flips. All of a sudden, you've got his attention because he's like, fuck, someone could die here. This is mean. You know what I mean? Like, there's that danger element that you brought to it as well, and the excitement. I mean, people watch Formula One mainly for the danger of the crash at the first corner. You've brought this into sailing as well. So that's another cool thing. But do you feel like you're in danger when you're out there going 100 kilometers an hour across, like pretty much only things in the water are two little foils? Are you at any stage you're mildly terrified?
Personally, don't really have that much time to think about it now. We're so focused on getting the boat around the course and making sure that we're beating the others.
Yeah.
But I guess, I mean, you do see some scenarios where boats come together and you don't really want to think about the worst.
There was one a couple of weeks ago, wasn't there? Well, a couple of races ago. I think we covered it briefly when we did one of our videos on SailGP, but was it the States got into a collision with someone?
Yeah, they took the bow off on the British boat. Yeah, that wasn't probably, it was like they cleaned the bow off, so I guess that was an incident, but it wasn't too dangerous. But there was the same event. There was
the French.
Yeah, the French and the Brazilians had like two separate incidents where they crashed at pretty high speed. So yeah, I think Leo nailed it really. Like, you are aware. You'd be silly not to be aware, and you need to be. You need to have your eyes up, and you're not going to do it if you're not aware of what the risks are. But then when you get into it, you just focus on your job and what you can do to get the team around. And no one wants to come together, right? Like,
totally.
It's not good for your points. It's not, no one wants to see people hurt. So people are doing a good job. Mostly, I think it's staying apart. But the reality is we're sailing fast, high-powered foiling catamaran. So there's some risks.
Hell yeah, the Whispering Deaths, I call them, because I went out in the water in Littleton, and it was like
not Akaroa,
like Mania Stewart seems to keep saying. but it was the infamous dolphin weekend, and I was out on the water, and I was at the first mark, and as all the boats like came out of the water and just started going for that first mark, it was like, you can't really describe it because you're going at that. I think at that stage you're probably going 80, maybe 90 kilometers an hour, but it was silent except for this whistling that was coming. So it was like coming at you, and it was like I was trying to compare it to like 100-meter runners that breathing, like and heavy breathing, and then it came to the corner. That was a great corner because I think the Canadians stacked the Aussies into the board.
Mark, yeah.
And Phil Robinson claims that he was the second most favourite Kiwi that weekend. But yeah, it's hard to describe unless you actually witness it. Like, do you know what I mean? Because you watch it on TV and you presume that there's heaps of noise or whatever, but it's just the noise of you guys talking on the radios. That must be a different feeling when you're sailing, when you get up on the falls and it's actually quite quiet apart from that whistling.
Yeah, it's these boats, because we got the new foils now, the T foils that you would have seen, that's making the boats go a little bit faster, but the way that they're designed, and it's a real subtlety, but the trailing edges is where the harmonic comes off. So the whistling's actually got quite a lot louder.
Right.
It makes it harder on board to talk, but they do a good job at filtering that noise out on the microphone, so it picks up your voice, but it sort of doesn't pick up that tone. So, but yeah, it's, to think where the sport of sailing's come in 12 years. You mentioned before, like everyone's foiling now, right?
Yeah.
Like when it first started in the America's Cup, it wasn't the first foiling boats, but when it got kind of mainstream, and then you see it on the little moths and the windsurfers, and you get up and it's just quiet. You haven't got the water hitting against the hull or anything like that. Yeah.
So talk to us, boys, about the season thus far. Of course, we've got the Abu Dhabi Grand Final coming up. Congratulations, by the way, on making that. I imagine a fairly squeaky bum. Where was the final race? I can't even remember. We covered it.
The one we just done, Caddie in Spain.
Caddie, that's right. Okay, so you guys needed to have a couple of results to be able to make sure that you were going to guarantee yourself a position in that final. Is that the focus, as being a part of the Black Falls? Has that always been the focus, as we want to find ourselves in that race at the end of the year?
Yeah, it's a little bit. I'll speak about it's because the format's actually a little bit hard to understand. So we're not actually guaranteed into the final yet.
Still not.
So
don't tell me things like that.
Yeah, sorry. But so it's how many events have we done? 12.
Done 12. Yeah.
Yeah. So
mean locations, by the way.
Yeah, they're epic.
Not bad.
So we go to this last event. It's Abu Dhabi's. It's the grand final, but there's still a race weekend before that final race.
Right.
So we've still got. I think we got a 6-point buffer to make it into that top 3.
Okay.
So theoretically, you've seen the results. Aussies got 8th in the last event.
Yep.
If we were to have another tough event, then and the Spanish had a good one, then we could find ourselves out of that final. So first and foremost, we go there, try and race those 5 races. I think make it into the final, and then it's the winner take all.
The $2 million winner take all. Difficult conditions in Abu Dhabi. I lived there for a couple of years. Not overly windy.
Yeah,
Leo. I mean,
well, funnily enough, last year when we went, there was wind before the event and wind after. So
never normally like this.
You know what? There would have been a conspiracy in the UAE about that, and they would have blamed Israel, because when I don't want to get political on it, but when I was there, they had the Asian Games, and it was in Doha, and I shit you not, it didn't rain. It didn't rain for like a year. They put the Asian Games on in Doha, big thing for the Middle East. Like, they spent a lot of money on it. They wanted to showcase it. It rained for 10 days solid of the Doha Games, and all the headlines in the UAE were about cloud seeding.
I love cloud seeding conspiracies.
And I was like, are they fucking serious? Like, this will be like the wind. There'll be a wind, like, fuck, they've done something with the wind.
Actually, to be fair, has cloud seeding conspiracies come up in your line of work a couple of times? They must have, surely.
I don't know if it has, although I think the Beijing Olympics.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
So what do Abu Dhabi want with sailing? They obviously are pretty keen on the sport, but when did they start showing their interest, and what do you think they saw in the sport that made them realise that actually this is going to be an international thing? Because you must look around, especially when you're doing a race like the grand final. Hopefully you're in it, as we just aforementioned, but going, holy shit, sailing's come a long way. Like, this is not what I imagined my life turning into. I'm looking around and seeing the coast up there, and you got all these amazing Saint-Tropez, all these places that I can only imagine you never thought you'd go. Why is it catching on?
Yeah, I mean, as we talked about before, it's the property that it has become, I think, as a sporting property, and these cities want to be affiliated with those events.
Yeah.
It brings good money to. Yeah, it's a profile. It brings
and there's something for everyone, because I was watching it with my partner, and she was watching along, going, "Holy shit, this is on!" Because there's some glamour in the sport as well, which is awesome. I think.
Yeah, you got Leo.
Yeah, I mean, you got hunks like Leo just coming in and so there is something for everyone.
For the mums.
There's something for the mums. Is where I was going with that point. Yeah, spot on. So you've had about 2 months off, and when I say off, is that right?
Actually, about 3-4 weeks now, and then another 3 weeks till Abu Dhabi. So.
And what do you do in those off times?
Yeah.
What are you guys up to? Are you on simulators?
Well, there's actually between the events. That's probably where the most work happens in terms of getting ready for the next event and kind of reviewing the events. And the venues are quite unique. That you get different venues with different breeze. So in Caddie, we had light winds, but a lot of sea state. And Abu Dhabi, like you said, we might get a lot of light wind, but we're in a fully enclosed harbour, so
and
it's going to be super flat water.
You sailed on fresh water as well in Switzerland.
Oh yeah,
what was that like?
Exactly.
In Geneva.
Well, it wasn't salty. Wash your gear.
Because is there a buoyancy change there? Like, do you have to change your tactics here? Because obviously, it's not as buoyant as the old sea water.
Yeah, Leo can talk.
Yeah, it means that it's harder to take off. And
it
definitely didn't change much of the dynamics of. I mean, it was harder and it was light, so it was we had to be faster to foil.
Yeah,
but we didn't get much wind anyway. So
right, yeah.
But no, it was a tough event for us actually. We the points were so close going into that last race, and we were basically winning the event after that first reach mark.
Yeah.
And then by the finish, we were in 8th place. So
interesting the way that format works, say across a race weekend, how you can have a fairly consistent weekend, but still you've got to show up in that final race,
the fleet race. Yeah,
to win it, eh?
Yeah, it's changed. Even since we've been involved, when there was only 8 boats, if you had 3 or 4, we used to do 5 races on the weekend. Now we do 7 before the final. And you used to do, if you had 3 or 4 good ones, you were pretty much guaranteed because you're only ever going to get an 8th, and you probably had the buffer.
Yep.
Now with 12 boats, the points stay open a lot longer. So yeah,
you've got to race well all weekend.
You do. Yeah, normally it's kind of I think the average is like a 3.5 to 4.
Yep.
So it's you have to have some good ones. If you want to carry an 8th or something, you need to have some first and seconds.
Roles and responsibilities for the crew. When did you decide you were going to become a flight controller, Leo? Is that something that you grow up going, that's the part that I want to do? That's the part that I want to focus on? Or is that, the guys that grind, I suppose, are fairly, upper body heavy and all that type of thing, and that's something that they've trained for, but who decides?
Are you saying Leo's not buff enough to grind?
I mean, geez, he just ran a sub 3-hour marathon. He's fucking unreal, Nick, Leo.
Noodle arms.
Was that always the goal for you, is to be in charge of the flight controlling?
Yes and no. I've kind of got into it with Japan early days, and for some reason I've always kind of been into like gaming and playing with gadgets and Xbox and all that. And for some reason,
is that what it is? Did you just got an Xbox
and you fly an actual plane too?
Oh, you fly planes as well?
Yeah.
Currently it's trying to get my license, but it's going very slowly.
Oh yeah. Fair enough.
Well, you got too busy concentrating on flying our boat.
Yeah, you got things on.
But it's kind of, I have a controller that I use that talks to the foils, and basically it's push buttons at the right time, and then kind of focus on basically how the boat goes through the water, and I guess a bit of sailing in the background helps, but it's just all about reactions as well. So kind of really just been trying to get that good, and then for now getting into the top end of the flight control stuff. It's all about just learning about awareness and comms. I'm not much of a talker on the boat. I'm just trying to get communication through the ears and making sure that I'm reacting at the right time. So that's been a real hard part about it, is actually as everything's happening,
you got to be on,
and the noise is loud, and then Blair's telling me to do something, or something's coming into the boat. You just got to be real quick into. That's what I enjoy about it. Yeah.
And is that your main focus at the moment? Is during race weekends, it's communication, really?
Yeah, well, we all have to communicate on the boat, and different people, different responsibilities, right? Pete's main responsibilities is obviously driving the boat, but he's more in the tactical loop alongside Liv and the strategist, so they're doing that. I probably the one in between kind of the speed loop, which is Leo and I and the grinders.
Nice.
And I kind of, sort of
the engine room.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of in the tactical loop, but in the speed loop too.
Hypothetically, if you guys all kind of did, you rotated the field one position, would you be able to, make it work?
It would be
that would be interesting.
It would be interesting. Yeah, so in the America's Cup boats, I fly the boats. So it's kind of.
So you feel good in that position?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But do you guys all know how to do everyone else's position a little bit, or not really? You're fairly kind of refined machines.
Yeah, like Liv. Well, she drives the boat on the exits of the manoeuvres. So we do quite a lot of training with her driving the boat. So she'd actually be the one that would slot into Pete's role, probably the best. And then the flight control. If you haven't, it's just time, right? Like I've flown boats, hundreds and hundreds of hours, probably thousands, but to jump on the F50 in a SailGP race and try and fly it, I'd be way out of my... So it'd take me a few days.
Hey, so all the boats, for those who don't know, and I think everyone will, all the boats are exactly the same spec. You've got 12 this year, 13, as I said, all the same. Where are the margins? Obviously, the IP in terms of the sailors themselves.
Yeah, the personnel.
Is there any other technological margins that you can control yourself, or is it all down to the personnel on board?
It's basically down to the personnel now.
That's pretty cool, though, eh?
It's sick.
It's epic. It's epic. It seems like the start to the biggest thing now. So it's all about just how you set up into the start and your speed across the line, basically, and that kind of shapes up how the rest of the race goes. So that's definitely what we're working on, and then if you keep them clean around the track, it's
there's still some differences in how people sail the boat, so you can maneuver more efficiently than other boats or make a small gain or the straight line speed. There's still differences there, and if you're, like Leo said, the start's the most important, but if you find yourself back, like it's really hard to find yourself at the front or at that reach mark every time. So if you find yourself back and you're in 7th or 8th, that's when you really go to work. And like if we can get back to a 4th here or a 5th, like that's 3 points that will go a long way towards the weekend. So that's then about how you make good decisions tactically, strategically, but also go fast in those moments.
Yeah.
What's your relationships like with the other teams?
Pretty good.
I mean, imagine obviously they vary at times and stuff like that, but do you guys all get along relatively well?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's an underlying
I'm just
there's an underlying respect between everyone, because I think you see that in all like sports that are pushing the boundaries, whether it's the downhill stuff you're talking about. Like there's a mutual respect that you're kind of going out there and pushing the limits.
You're all on the frontier together.
Yes,
aren't you?
yeah. So
right.
And you see that in the tougher moments. So like in the Germany Sail Grand Prix, when there was the wind came down, or the French incident, people come around each other in that situation, which is great to see and what you'd expect. But then there's when we're out there in an event and you're racing, everyone you want to win for sure. And then you're just, it kind of doesn't matter if it's your good mate on the other boat or not. You're trying to beat everyone.
I suppose you guys have raced with a lot of other people.
Yeah, sailing's a small. There's people in different teams on all boats. So when we come together now, the Blackfoils, and Pete's obviously in a different America's Cup team now, but when we're together as the Blackfoils, we're a bloody strong unit.
I'm glad you went with Blackfoils, not Black Wings, by the way. So I was looking at those options. Anyway, I'd hate to keep you guys. You're in the media car wash. So I've got 22 questions I want to ask you in 2 minutes. And usually I do it with one person, but maybe we'll just go one-on-one, one for one. Quick fire, okay? No judgment. We'll just answer and move on.
Are we yes, no, or are we...
It's a yes, no, or just an option. So I'll start with you, Blair. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Leo, sex or drugs?
Sex.
Hard or fast?
Hard.
Would you rather wake up, Leo, nude next to PJ Montgomery or Dennis Conner?
Quick, mate, quick.
BJ.
Good choice.
Yes, good choice.
Blair, Thai or Indian?
Thai.
Eat out or dine in, Leo?
Dine in.
Freddie Mercury or Elton John?
Elton
Leo?
John.
Wet or dry, Leo?
Wet.
Yeah.
Cats or dogs, Luke?
Dogs.
Leo, sorry. Dogs. Travis Kelce or Taylor Swift?
Travis Kelce.
This one's for you, Blair. Ben Ainsley. Dean Barker. Jimmy Spittle. Who do you reckon's got the biggest downstairs?
Well, I'm proud to say I haven't seen any, so it's going to be a random guess. Jimmy.
Jimmy he does strike me as a guy who carries one. Anyway, this is a double one for you, Leo. What sporting legend would you bring back from the dead?
Oh, Sir Peter Blake.
Nice. If the ceremony, I'm sticking though. If the ceremony to bring back Sir Peter Blake resulted in you talking like Mike Tyson for the rest of your life, would you still do it?
Yeah, for the people.
Good on you.
People's man.
Leo, have you ever fired a gun?
Yes.
Have you ever killed anything bigger than an insect, Leo?
No.
Blair, who's the most famous person you've ever met? I'd say you've got some crackers.
Yeah, you must have.
Usain Bolt.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty mean.
Household name.
Leo, if you had a reoccurring dream that a snowman killed himself with a hairdryer, would you be concerned?
Mildly, yeah.
Blair, if you offered a knighthood, would you accept it?
Yes.
Leo, what age do people say, oh, I've had a fall, rather than just falling over? Don't say 40, because someone said that I nearly came over and punched him in the face.
That?
I don't know. And I was like,
I'm going to say 73.
Yeah, that's good. It's good. Blair, have you ever screamed, Google me, motherfucker?
No.
Okay. Last one for you, Leo. If you're going to get a statue made of yourself, what pose would you be in, and where would you put it? Now, I'll give you some time to think about this one. Tim Southey, I asked him that question, and he said I would be nude on the back of a stallion, bareback, and it'll be rearing up, and he would stick it on the front lawn at Dan Vittori's house. So you can either go for a classical one where you want to put it at your sailing club or your home, or you can just one that seeks revenge on a.
I don't know if you want it nude at the sailing club. Yeah, that's a good one though. I would say striking some kind of pose on horseback would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
horseback
it's pretty mean, eh? Yeah.
We'll lock that in, I reckon. Horseback.
Yeah.
Are you a cowboy?
Maybe not nude.
People are like, why is the sailor on the back of a horse on a statue down at the Wakateri?
I reckon you've been influenced.
down at the Wakateri
Sailing Club.
Yeah, it's Leo Takahashi. We said you want a statue of himself.
Yeah, he gifted it to us.
We're waiting till he moves overseas and we're just going to move it on.
Yeah, well, Murray's Bay Sailing Club.
Oh,
there we go. That's good.
Oh, you get it right. North Shore, there's a bit of interclub there, you know. So you have to correct me there.
Thanks for coming in, boys. It's been on, and best of luck. That is all, wasn't it, G Lane? Sorry.
That was all 22.
I know those questions too well by now. I've heard them all too many times.
Great questions.
Thank you very much for coming in, fellas.
Yeah,
it's
man.
It's been a pleasure. You guys are the best of us, and best of luck with the remaining races. For the rest of the season, and we'll see you in 100 days' time, I suppose, back in Auckland.
Yeah, hell yeah. And because it's on those dates, we can come, because last year it clashed with the Black Clash.
We'll be there.
So we're all in Christchurch, so we're going to be there with absolute bells on. Well, great. It's great. And I heard you mention it on Hodaki, and it was exactly the angle I was going for. It is Valentine's Day. And like those numpties, they're so under the thumb. They're like, no, it'd be good for a date. It's like, fuck that, mate. You book the tickets, then tell the missus, fuck.
That's the approach I was going for.
Yeah, I got to go to the sailing. For me, I was like, babes, I got to go work the SailGP. So
Thanks.
Just go talk to Mike next door. He'll take you out for dinner. He's the guy who fathers my kids and does everything else around my house, sharpens the knives. Anyway, thanks, fellas.
And cheers for having us on, boys.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
Yours, please. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
Are we backed up here? Are we backed up?
That was nice, wasn't it?
Are we backed up? Backed up. Yeah, they're great guys.
Yeah, they're good boys.
Great New Zealanders. And you see, it's quite funny when you meet people like that. They're just kind of normal, kicking around, just talking shit, and then they go out and fly a boat at 100 kilometres an hour.
Yeah.
And it's like it's nothing.
Fucking Tuke's a good gun, eh?
Yeah, I love in the chat afterwards. when we finish that they're going to chuck you in your helmet, because you obviously do updates of SailGP on the tour.
Yes, which sounds like they're more for those inside the SailGP
they love it, though.
circuit than the ones that are on the outer.
But they're going to get you a humiliating fluorescent helmet and put some comms in it and chuck you on the back of the boat. That'd be fucking funny. I reckon you will shit your pants on the back of one of those.
Yeah, Leo, I've organised to go for a trot with Leo. We're going to go for a run and discuss that in further detail. But man,
so you're going to go for a run with him after he ran a sub 3 hour marathon?
Yeah, he said, oh, I'm a bit of a runner, and I said, oh yeah, shit, yeah, Leo, I'm a bit of a runner. And he said, I just fucking ran the Auckland Marathon on Sunday. I said, oh yeah, how'd you get on? He said, oh, all good. So I fucking did it in about 2 hours 55 minutes. Sorry, what, Leo? Yes, and that was, by the way, after we'd organised going for a run. So maybe I'll find an excuse to pull out on that one.
Yeah, he's going to be one of those ones, the guys who runs next to you and talks the whole time is not puffed.
Yeah.
And your ass is hanging out. All the durries you've smoked at all the ACC events recently.
But they're good dudes. Tuke's come a long way. I remember when we were first talking to him about 5-6 years ago, even before that. He was still fairly, quite timid. Now he's just...
Well, he's the CEO of the Black Falls. Him and old... Pete are the CEOs of that whole franchise, so he's got a bit of responsibility on his shoulders here.
Man, it's a sport that's just going to keep getting bigger, eh? And I asked it in the weirdest way, but I was just like, it's amazing to me that people like the people from Abu Dhabi and Saudi Arabia and stuff, like they just want to be a part of the sport that 5 years ago I wouldn't have even thought anyone would be so big on, and now it's turning into something pretty awesome. But anyway,
hey, we backed up on these yours pleases.
I'm backed up.
Yeah, we've got 4. Let's get into it.
Hey boys, Macca from Wellington here.
G'day,
First
Macca.
and foremost, I'd like to say I really enjoyed the live podcast recently, and I'm glad ACC Head G Lane knows the rules.
Yeah,
I'd like to put in a vote of no confidence for Matt Heath for any future baseball chat. I think I'd rather watch the 2015 World Cup Brad Haddon send-offs on repeat, or maybe even lose a limb, the devil dared me to styles, than hear that again. Love yous, fuck yous, fuck Santa Caribbean, Simpers, let you go.
Did he do
Great message,
Did he do a Dodgers rant on stage?
No.
On the potty.
He's alluding to that one that he pre-recorded for us, and we played it on Monday's show.
That's right.
That made me want to end it all too.
Yeah.
Contributor.
So Heath's on jury duty. Do you know he's the foreman of that jury?
Oh my God. We're going to get...
Who's on trial? I suppose I don't
who's
know.
on trial?
Because if it's...
Whoever's on trial
is in trouble.
Whoever's going on trial, you're doing porridge, my friend. It's going to send you down. Do
you like the Dodgers? What's baseball? I hate baseball.
Death. If there was a death penalty in New Zealand, they'd be handing it out left, right, and centre.
That's funny.
I'm glad you enjoyed the Macca from Welly. Glad you enjoyed the live
potty.
Oh,
was that Macca? Sorry, I missed that part of the message.
Hopefully, we can do more of those. Good man. Yep. Anyway, next one, yours, please.
Yeah, g'day. Tom Sat here.
Oh, Tommy.
2:15 in the morning, and I think I've watched 8 hours of you guys playing golf. Can you just hurry up and get it in the hole?
No, I need to give a shout out to Tommy. He was about the only guy getting myself and Joe Jury through early hours.
Is this Tommy Salt?
Yeah.
He
was on the live stream chat early hours of the morning alongside the toilet inspector 6878. Who, even the fact that I remember that just goes to show how crazy I am. Those were the 2 guys that were still watching at about 3 a.m. when we were doing that hole in one. So good week, Tommy.
Strangely addictive to watch, I must admit.
Was it?
Yeah, it was actually. My kids were addicted to it. After coming and hitting a few balls, they were just, and then that was the excuse I got given for him smashing all of his data. He goes, I was watching you. And I was like, ugh.
Oh, attaboy.
Here's some more data.
Here's a good lad. Come here.
Some more data.
Hey.
Hey, thanks to everyone who donated as well, by the way.
Yeah.
If you're listening and you donated, you're a fucking great New Zealander. Thank you.
$3,975.
Oh, so close to
So
4,000.
the donation's still open, so just someone chuck in $25.
Yeah,
Put us $4,000.
Top it up to 4. That'd be great. Nice little round number. Next one. Yours, please.
G'day, boys. Geez, that was some good gear watching the no sleeps till the hole in one. My favourite part was seeing Joe Jury for the first time. Kind of always thought he was a bit of a small, weedy, nerdy motherfucker. Turns out he's built like a bit of a brick shithouse, and actually really does look like a hockey fan, and probably plays a lot of bear league hockey and fucks cunts up.
Yep.
So, no, that was good. All right, hooroo, keep up the good work.
Well, look, we never painted him as a nerd. He plays ice hockey. We've been open to that and likes effing people up. We've always said he had an ice hockey dumper as well, so I'm sure he...
Big dumper.
Yeah, big dumper. I'm sure we painted the picture. Obviously, you had something else in your mind.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. I've only ever known Joe Jury as what he looks like, but I like the idea that some people are out there thinking that he's some small little weedy gangly thing.
Yeah, but the way you were striking some good balls there, Joe.
By the end of it, I think I started getting I realised how to hit a golf ball.
Yeah, well, you at the start,
it was shocking.
It was a hockey stick situation.
Yeah.
Not as bad as the head of radio at NZME.
Well, Hurricanes don't know.
Jason Winstanley has got a swing that makes Matt Heath look like the Big Easy.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Because he was not good. So for those that didn't watch the stream, there was, around the golf simulator, there was this kind of tent structural setup that meant, if you sprayed one, it wasn't going to put a hole in the fucking wall. He somehow managed on his second shot to shovel a golf ball.
Oh, like vertically
over top of the thing.
He addressed the ball a foot behind the ball. That's what gave me the shits. And I was
one of the biggest divots.
I was like, put your club next to the ball. He goes, yeah, why should I? And I was like,
it's a good stand-up.
I was like, I'm not telling you what to do.
You've just hit the exit sign.
Yeah, you've hit the exit sign. I don't know how to describe the setup you're operating, but it's wrong.
Yeah.
Fundamentally wrong.
Not the first time we would have heard that. I hit rock bottom that night. I remember when Tommy, who we was just talking to, was tuning in. There was a stage at about 4 a.m. where Joe had just put in a shift. There was a period there where Joe, I think, hit an hour on his own.
Yeah.
And I was just starting to kind of, do that thing where you nod off.
You're nodding.
Old man watching the Friday night Graham Norton. And we had to get to a point at about 4:30 when no one had come in for 4.5 hours, where I just picked up that big leather chair and had to just put it on the tee box and just sit in it and just sit there while so people knew that we were still here. And we were just there for like 4 hours discussing what we were going to do here because our arms aren't capable of swinging another golf club. But Joe, you came a long way. I'm going to be fucking devastating with the sandwich in hand moving forward.
Yeah, watch out. 90 metres out, mate. I'm going to
pitch and putts bring them at me.
Thank God to Cam McMillan from the NZ Herald, who sent me an email about 4:45 saying, are you guys still going?
Yeah.
I'm coming in. I'll take over from 5. And he hit balls for an hour, and that saved our life.
It was everything we needed and more. And then when I saw your face for the first time, I'm very rarely happy to see you, G Lane. The less of you I can see, the better, and it's usually more positive for my work life. But I've never been so stoked to see someone in my life, seeing you come back in that following morning. Anyway,
okay,
do we have any more?
Last one. Yours, please.
Hey fellas, John from TA here. Hey, I've seen this a little bit in these T20 matches especially. What's this humiliating armband that the umpires are wearing?
Oh, yeah.
Looks absolutely ridiculous. Cheers, guys. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, that is the umpire Oxfordshire. He's a UK umpire who I'm not sure if he got hit or not.
Oh, is that the forearm fender?
Or had a
Mel Meninga.
Or had a close call, but he invented this humiliating Perspex shield that looks like a sex toy that you strap to your arm and then you cover your face with the front of it in case just stop you getting hit by a ball.
Would you rather wear that or like they do in the Big Bash where they wear the cricket helmets?
I'd just wear a helmet.
Yeah, I agree.
Helmets makes much more sense. The big thing.
Cam those up as well.
I think people were talking about it just being a mobile glory hole. And then some people saying that you basically a mobile hot lunch situation instead of using the oven door or a glass tabletop. You could just use the Perspex umpire. And
there's something in that.
Pull forwards, obviously you can buy them because Oxfordshire has patented it and selling it to other umpires.
Oh, for God's sake.
So
you're running a 3D printer in his garage.
It's available to buy. So Pull Forward is in the market. So he's trying to find one for us.
How much are they?
I don't know. He's finding out.
They're going to be like over $1,000.
He's going to find out how much they are. And he's
just Velcro onto the forearm?
Yep. And then we're going to use it on the commentary.
That's a great idea. That is a great idea.
Or you could use it for when you're at a pub and you insult someone and they go to throw a glass at you.
Suck on that, you're fine. Yeah. Actually, to be fair, I can think of about 1,000 things that would be more useful for than cricket umpiring.
Yep, paddle ball.
Yep, great for serving dinner,
spanking.
Drinks. Fantastic in the sack.
Hot lunching, glory holing.
Yeah. Umpiring is so far down the list.
Yeah.
He must have been hit. And then if he has, then I feel slightly bad. But
also, it's on the arm. Like you're saying, Big Bash, they just wear a lid.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be quicker to just get out of the way than pull your arm up?
Well, that's You've
got to remember that some of these umpires are dangerously old.
So they're getting old now, Joe.
The reflexes are gone.
They don't make them like they used to.
But do they actually have it in front of them when look when they're watching, or is it just ready to go?
It's down on their side, so they have to pull it up. So
what's the rule then? If you fucking smoke it back at the umpire, and the umpire on the full, straight drive, and the umpire goes to put it up and ramps it off the perspex, and it goes for 6.
Over the top of the keeper?
Yeah.
I mean, what a shot that would be.
Not over the keeper, but obviously over basically into long on and goes over the back. What's the rule there?
Or what if...
Is it a dead ball?
What if the umpire decides to ramp it like that and then mid-on catches it?
Yes. Exactly. Yeah, that's...
which is actually maybe more realistic.
Yeah. I think once it hits the umpire, it's dead ball.
I've seen it hit... Is it?
Well, I don't know. I just made it up then.
It sounded good.
Yeah.
A better podcast than no.
Paul Ford would know.
Okay, I'm going to put that question to the BYC. They're doing a potty tomorrow morning at 9.
Yes.
Yeah,
they're going to review these 2 games. I will put one in the chat. I won't be here, unfortunately.
I'll ask on your behalf.
I'm taking tomorrow off.
No, fair play.
I'm done.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Can I have tomorrow off?
Sure you can.
Oh, really? Well, hang on. No, that's not good for me. No, you're here, Joe. You've definitely got to be here. Anyway, okay. Now I'll ask on your behalf. I'll say G Lane wants to know what happens if what's his name?
Oxfordshire. Last night it was
Wayne Knights.
Wayne Knights had it last night. What if Wayne Knights hits it for 6, or if it gets caught, like you said? What's the ruling there?
What's going on?
Why doesn't Fatty Bumbaladi have one?
Yeah, need one, mate.
His motor, man.
Hey, mate, his
motor's starting to look real good.
That'd take some pounding.
How much respect? The only thing is you've got a motor with. When you see someone with a nice big motor,
like real tight,
but then they've still got like a tight jaw.
Yeah,
and you go, how did that happen?
The tight motor is.
That's the only thing that's letting Bumbaladi down is that he's kind of Bumbaladi everywhere.
Quite envious of the.
Oh, tune! Someone get me a coffee table.
Quite envious of the tight motor. That'll do us today. Commentary tonight from 7 o'clock. Get into it.
Oh yeah,
we'll be back tomorrow.
The Agenda Podcast, the home of sporting nonsense and claptrap. Brought to you by Export Ultra.